All right, everybody, welcome. How y'all doing? I'm gonna do a little quick secret session update here. Like, I'm just trying to get my feet back under me after being out of trading so long. So I'm just trying to slowly work my way back into the trends and where I think we're at and what's going on here. Really, the first thing I want to bring up is I pointed this out the other day. We had this ranging area. We got the long call. My arrow went up. The price action went up. So, we're doing pretty good, but I still see us in this big ascending triangle and or in this bearish rising wedge right here, right? So there is room. Now, here's what the issue is. Our problem, well, not a problem, but we just dropped down to like 55.50, I believe. I believe we're all the way down here now. So we now have our 50 MA that has now moved. This is our weekly 50 MA has now moved down to 55.50 and change. So it's over here, right here in this box somewhere, is where the weekly 50 moving average, right? So the weekly 50, and I've had this up here for a long time. I said don't hit the 50 MA and move sideways for a few weeks. And the odds are we're going to dump back down to the 3K range, right? So it's super important. We're going to change this up right here because we are at 55.50-ish on the weekly. Okay, so this still holds true, and I just basically have all these little arrows in here to show you where the support and the resistance is. I'm going to stretch this out. Sorry, going to stretch that out a little bit more. Just like that, because we still have got to hold this trend line right here. And I'm going to move this up, actually, just like that. So I'm going to raise that up a little bit because this trend line now is still going to act as a resistance line, right? So what I'm going to do is this got hit, so I'm going to move this over here like it did, all right? And we're going to take this and we're going to move this over here, right? And we got to get through this. We got to get through this this trend line right here in order to get down to our gap, right? So we're just going to slide this over, right? Going to scoot our gap over right here. We're going to move. We're going to have to go find our daily 200 MA because I'm sure she's moved higher, right? I'm sure she's moving up, and there, right? And there you go. So something like that right yonder. Okay, and clone, and we're gonna move this one down here. So I am still of the mind that even if we get a little push up here, we might get another rejection and come down. Now I still do see this as a possible head and shoulders also that plays out. And it's a lot clearer to show this on the 12-hour, right? And let me do this. I'm going to drop this over here. Come on. Scoochy. All right. So I'm going to show this on the 12-hour, how I like this a little bit more to play out in the 12-hour. So the 12-hour is right here. So here's your 12-hour right here, okay? This is the TDI chart, so I got the TDI, and I've also got the Gauss line on here. So we're moving along pretty nicely. Things are coming up. So we have dropped back down below the top Gauss line right here, which is, this is actually kind of bullish in a way because this is now our support, and you see the resistance just keeps taking off up higher. But, 55.50, 55.05 is where this 12-hour is now parked at. One thing I am looking at is, I know this is double top-ish on this chart right here, but on some of the other charts, it's weird how this kind of plays itself out. It's also is kind of, I don't want to say double top-ish, but it is also kind of head and shoulders-y looking, right? I mean, you can kind of squeeze out a wild head and shoulders out of this, right, which would bring you all the way back down to that 4,200 range. We talked about that must-hold support for the bears and the bulls. And then what I'm going to do is let's pull this baby. going to go like this, and I'm just going to draw on this. That, you know, I still get this. Oop, don't want that color. It's going to be really confusing. Let's pull blue. So I still could, that's horrible. All right. So I still see this up, down, up, down, up, down. It's kind of there, right? I'm not saying it's not fully there, but it is kind of there. So I want to say that this is still, you know, H and S-ish. H and S-ish. All right, so you got a little bit H and S-ish on that. But at the same time, you know, you do also, you know, if you are looking at this, you could look at this. Hold on, let's do a new one. I'm going to scoot this over. You know, you could also look at this bad boy. I don't want to do this. There we go. Now you've kind of also got an up, down, right? This kind of looks like a wave 3, right? And then you'd be looking for a wave 4, and then you'd be looking for a wave 5. So you got a let's customize yeller, right? So you got a 1, 2. Kind of look like a 3, 4, 5. That would be your bullish count right there, right? So this would be your bull count. Right, that's going to be your bullish count right there. Right, where here is going to be your more bearish count, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to go A, B, C, right? And that's going to be your ABC. We're going to come over here for our custom. So you're going to have, this is going to be your A wave, A, this is going to be your B wave, right? And then this is going to be your big C wave up here somewhere. And then you're going to probably look at this as kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, now remember, this 4 can come all the way down here and then come up, or it could come down and come up, you know, but this would be, you know, possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this whole thing from here to here, the C wave is going to equal a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If this is a corrective ABC wave here, which I think it is. I personally think this is an ABC here and setting us up for a fallback down. Like I said, and I've talked about this numerous times, is I still know that, let's grab a pen, let's customize this baby. Green. All right. This, okay, there we go. This is my must hold area right here. This 4,200 area. Like this is the grass is greener, right? The bulls hold this area. It's all sunshine and rainbows if it takes off from this 4,200 range. You know, this is really the bee's knees. 4,200-ish. Again, is the must hold for the bulls, right? All right, so this is critical right here. So now we're going to move along, and I want to talk about one other thing, which is super detrimental to where we are today. Okay, and here we are. So what we've got is we've got a gorgeous, just gorgeous. I mean, this thing is sexy, right? I mean, it's hard to find a hanging man like that. Like there's a hanging man right there. There's a hanging man there. Quasi there, right? No, this is really, what do you got up there? Nothing. Nothing. Yeah. You know, let's scooch this bad boy down. Like this is a very, very nice head and shoulders right there. Now, I'm sorry, not head and shoulders. This is a very nice hanging man candle right there. Like that is a gorgeous hanging man candle to me. All right, now, once again, I'm going to plop this down right in that range right there. All right, there's that range right there that I say the bull's got to hold. And then here's your support, slowly dropping for the next leg down. Now the good news, you've got a bunch of good news and you got some bad news, right? So the good news is that technically, right, this, you are above. So technically good news is that we are above this is the L1 on the Gauss, right? And it will act as support, right? And that's at 5102. It's just called the 5100-ish area. Right? So you've got that little area of support right there. So that's great news. And let's change this up because I want to have this red. We're going to make it green. We'll go there. There we go. Okay. So that's good. But the bad news is this is a hanging man bear candle. Right? Now we're going to have to go back and let's find that and let's pull that back there. There we go. All right, so that's bad news. That's good. So you got the good and the bad right there. It's not horrible. Okay, we're gonna mark this just right in this range. I just want to mark both those. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of shows us where we have some previous weekly support on the way down right there. Right? If we do trace all the way back, retrace all the way back there, just shows where we would have some support and or resistance. Let me get over here. I want to just add this note in here. Support. Okay, and then we're going to add this note in here. Bulls have to hold here. All right, there you go. All right. All right, there you go. This chart has lots of great information on it. Now, here's my issue, and I'm gonna go over here and I want to grab this. Let me grab this trading sheet real quick. Right. Give me 1 second. And one more. Give me a second, peoples. Let me grab this last one. Aha. Here we go. All right. Okay. All right, so this is what we're going to chat about really quick. So what we have here is we have the gorgeous long-legged doji right here, right? Which is similar to what we got right there, right? And or a hanging man. Now, usually a hanging man doesn't have much of a top wick on it. It looks a little bit more like this, right? So, you know, you can get that little extra oomph right there, right, on that particular little push right there, right? But this looks, now look at the long-legged doji says. Long-legged doji, open and close are at the same big range between high and low. This usually means there's a turning point coming, right? So this right here is a good warning, right? You want to read this and make sure you understand. It's kind of what this means is the bulls basically start to lose steam, or whatever trend it is, bullish and or bearish, right? They starting to lose steam. You see that on the volume. The volume was also dipped, right? So we have low volume. So we've got low volume. So to me, this means that any pump we get, if we get a pump, I would be watching that for a low volume pump, right? So, but you know, this is kind of quasi a hanging man here also. So you do have this to play out as a hanging man right here, and or a long-legged doji candle or spinning top candle. All of them are applicable. All of them are not very keen for the bulls here, right? So all of them, you know, you've got all of these not really exciting signs that you want to see that have happened out on this particular candle here. Now on some of the other charts, it's weird because kind of it shows more of it as a long-legged doji on some of the other charts. But for me, this is just never a good thing. And as you've seen on some of my other charts, I mean, what this usually foretells, you know, you're either going to get a little ink, and then, oh my God, right? I mean, honestly, like something like that. Or you're just going to get and I'm just going to take a straight shit on you, and I'm going to come back down here to test support. So you could really pick a team here on what direction. You've got a bullish and or bearish play right here that you're going to look to see how this plays out, right? Yeah, hey Peak, what's going on, brother? Good to have you in the house. Hard to see us going under the weekly close, under the 200 MA. I abs 100%. And you know, since Peak is here, let's go ahead and we'll throw that on for the Peak Monster. And gimme. Where are you? There we go. Okay, let's load that up here. All right. All right, this is our 50 MA up here. I wish this was a little more orange, actually, for me. Want that to be a little more orangish. What? Oh, I already had it. Haha. So let me grab this. All right. Got it. So it's at 55. All right. So we're going to max ourselves right up to here. This baby does run. We're going to put that baby up here. And then what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to label this. This is our weekly 50 MA. There's our weekly 50 MA. All right, I'm going to change this, make it orange. Just do the whole thing orange. There we go. Just make it a little easier to read for everyone. All right, perfect. All right, so there's our 50 MA right there for the weekly. And then there is our 200 MA. There's our 200 MA. Weekly 200 MA. And Peak is right. At this point, it is going to be a doozy in order to get under this. I mean, it's really going to have to be absolutely catastrophic in order to get underneath this bad boy right here, because this is be a monster fall just the way it is, right? That just would have to just be an absolute monster fall, right? To lose the 50 MA, right? Now, a fall back down here into this area, then I hold this as support, then I could see a full-blown bull run. I still do not think we are in a bull run, right? I still do not think we have started the bull run yet, and I'm just sticking to it. I'm just gonna stick to it. All right, so 50 MA added, 200 MA added, right? And I really think that this is right now the way we're sitting right here, right? I am honestly expecting something more along the lines of, I would like to see a pullback, at least on the weekly time frame. Let's get a pullback on the time frame, hold the middle support of the 4600 range, and then let's see if we can pull this back. This has been a hell of a run up. I'd like to see some profit taking right here. If I see a run up to the 50 MA, I'm only going to be staring. I'm literally going to be staring at the volume, right? I'm going to be staring at the volume candle because I am not going to be believing that this is a true move up to the 50. I'm going to be thinking this is a liquidity grab to take out a bunch of shorts. And anybody who's got their shorts layered right here, they're just going to start to take out all the shorts, and then they're just going to go ahead and just wreck everybody down to the bottom. I personally think that if we did get a play up to the top, that's exactly what's going to happen. People are still pretty bullish out there. You know, we still got a lot of people that are very bullish. Just, you know, kind of watching Twitter, looking at, you know, what people are saying out there. People still think there's a possible alt season that's going to go on. I'm more of the, I'm playing this down. I'm playing this all the way back. I still feel we're going to come back to at least 4,600 and change, get back down here into the support range. If not, all the way back down to 4,200, which I would also really, really like to see get back down deep. One really good chance for some accumulation down in here, and then a run off to the races to be bullish for me. I would have liked to see this 200 MA tested a second time. It never was. To me, that is an issue. I'm just going to kind of breeze through the charts. Yes, we do still have our short call right here. For some reason, I thought the short call had fallen off, but it didn't. Let me see here. God, why did my short call go away? Oh, no, it's there. It's there. Real weird. Real weird. Oh, shit. Didn't want to do that. Sorry. Lock that bad boy up. All right, so my short call is still there. And yep. I honestly think this is where we're going. I'm not going to change this. I think we've had this massive run up here, just like we had back in day yonder, right? There it is. Boom, boom, boom. I think that everything is turned out just the same there. Right? I think the charts, the MACD is playing out very similar. Now look at the MACD. You can keep going here a little bit with the MACD, and the price can actually drop, right? So MACD almost to the trend line. In 2015, it fell out before it touched, right? All right, have a look at the 55 EMA and the 89 EMA on the weekly. Nice resistance. Pete, could you send me that chart? That'd be buddy. That'd be great. And I commented on the volume and the beast charts at this morning. See the 12-hour bears. Yep. All right, so I'm just going to kind of buzz through this. Oh, look at that. See, look at just tickling the nutsack. So we're just tickling the nutsack of the long and short trade line, right? Right? Tickling the nuts, right? So we're tickling the nuts right there for a long. Nothing. Trying to get this roll back over on the MACD. This is definitely trying to get a roll here. Now you can get a roll here and a little run back up. So you've had a hell of a fall. Look at this massive fall on the MACD. To me, that's actually still kind of a little bit bullish. One thing I do want to point out to you, I'm going to go like this. I just want to show you guys one real quick thing right here, okay? So you don't even realize, like, it, oh, shoot, hold on. There we go, okay. So I just want to show you this right here. Like, look at this little baby thing right here. It was literally like this little baby fake out right here, right? And this little teeny tiny move right there was like a hell of a drop right here, okay? So it doesn't really take much, right? It doesn't take much at all for, let's get this back over to yellow. Like, it doesn't even take much at all right here to get this really good drop. You know, you had that really substantial drop there. Same thing here. Now you got a bunch of nice little move up, and then you've got just, you know, that last retrace back down right there. But once again, this is trying to swing up, and this is called a J-hook pattern. right? It's trying to do some kind of a J-hook and or a failed J-hook pattern, or a failed J-hook. Right, so it's trying to do one of the two right there. Like, it doesn't have to touch. It doesn't have to come in contact with it. It could literally just do one of these right here and just kind of miss it. And just a little teaser, right? So you see right here, this is a failed J-hook, but this was a J-hook. So come up, then retrace back down. But like I said, you know, it doesn't take a lot, even though we're super deep here, it doesn't take a lot to get a little bit of a drop. And remember, just a little bit of a drop here would at least bring us down into this 4,600 range right here that I'd like to see. And then you can either pick a team, right? There, or the 4,200, right? But like I said, you lose that 4,200 range, and that's all she wrote. I really think that'd be detrimental to us if we lost that. Right? I still think it's going to be detrimental to us if we lost that right there. VPVR chart doesn't help me at all. Support and resistance, this is really important right here. I'm going to point out what is important to see on this chart right here. So the important thing is that we really have held this weekly resistance, right? And look at that. There's your weekly resistance, this orange line right there, right? There's the orange line, 81.49, 81 as for 51.84. So there's that 51.84. You see we're just holding that. Also, you come up here, and this was your monthly. So this was monthly and weekly. So this had monthly and weekly support and resistance on it, and we came up and papped that, just smacked it, like just cracked it, got rejected back down, and then came up again, and now we got rejected one more time. Now, the important thing to look on this chart, which is crazy, so this is BitMEX. Okay, so this is a BitMEX chart, which is a little bit different than Bitstamp. So this is playing out different than Bitstamp. But I want to do a couple things here. Right? And I'm going to do this. Get all this off here. Okay? I want to go back over here. And I'm going to show you the... Jesus, that sucked. Come here. Get out there. I'm going to show you... See this up... down, up, down, up, right? This would be your next resistance level, your weekly, at 53.45, and then down, right? It would be this little pokey poke here that would give me my head and shoulders, right? This is what I would see to get a head and shoulders right here, and that region would be 53.45, right? So here is that HNS on MEX, and the top is 53.45. Also the weekly R. Right, so that's the weekly R right there, the weekly resistance, and you see, look at that baby got hit right there. Look at that. Perfect. Right, perfect how that worked out on all of those. All right, so we sorted that all out. Now we're going to bounce along. Support on the daily. Let's take a look at our daily right here. This is our ADX chart. This is kind of what's got me stumped right here on the ADX chart. So I'm going to go over this just for a second. So the ADX chart is what's got me stumped. Like, I like to see this, right? Up, down, so you get a double top, right? So you get a double, yeah, top thing, right? I love to see these double tops right here, right? Like this. Look at that one right there. I like that right there. I like this. Look at this. I mean, this was... right, that was the big crashy crash, but I like getting these double tops right here on top of it. This is our histogram. This histogram has just kept running absolutely amazing. That's our histo, right? The histo, look at this thing curving over, right? Curving over, still technically here, this is still bullish right here because the momentum is still going up, right? This histogram line is still curving up, still a little bullish. You look at what happened over here on the bears, right? When the bears were in control, it started to flatline out, and then as soon as it started to flatline out, right here was your turning point, right? Right there was your turning point on your histo. The histo failed, and then we got that, right? We're doing the same thing. The histo is flatlining, right? Flatlining. Right? It's starting to flatline and move sideways on us. What I don't like, right? So the histo equals flatlining, and you can see how it did it right there, right? What I don't like is that we haven't, this is just a really weird ADX to read, right? This is just a really hard ADX to read right here. I just can't even explain to you guys how to play this, right? I really don't know how to play this, because usually I would have preferred to get that double top up here, right? Where did it go? Like, there's no double top for me. That would have been really easy for me to say, oh, okay, we're at the top here. Now we're looking for the retrace. This is kind of got me screwed up. So this is really what's killing me right here, is we never got that double top retrace. And that's an issue for me, because I really don't know how to play this right now. Okay, it's I really have to look at other signals. The ADX is not helping me. All right, so I want to do this one more time. Let's do this one more time, and I just want to grab it because I'm going to go over the bear line for a second. Let me take a note over here. Notes say that histo is out, right? Never got the easy double top, the blue bear line, right? Okay, so the next thing I want to point out is simply just this is the bull. So this is the bears. That's the bears. This is the bulls. Right? So we got the bears and the bulls, right? Now the bears are clearly, this is moving. See, this is the problem. This is moving bearish, but the price action is moving bullish. Okay, so the price action is clearly moving bullish. So we have some kind of a weird divergence going on right here. So you got a big divergence going on right there, which I need to look deeper into. Where the bulls down here are freaking deep. I mean, the bulls are deep. This is deep for the bulls, right? So the bulls have gone real deep, like down to 2.8. Like 2.89 or something like that. Like, this is insanely deep for the bulls down here on this side. So you can see, now I always say this is just like a rubber band, right? They pull apart, right? Just like a rubber band, and they snap back together. That's just how it works, right? The farther they pull apart, right, the harder they snap back together. And that's what happened. It's just like a rubber band. They always find themselves back to equilibrium no matter what happens, okay? So we have had a hell of a run up here. Hell of a run. We're looking for some way to balance it out, or some time or place in which we will balance this back out to come together. These will come together somewhere, and somehow. It's just a situation of where, how, and when. I really am confused. I wish I had some better information for you guys on what and how, and I felt this will play out. The only thing, like I said, we just got to go back to the candles, and the candles are the only thing that can really help me out here. You do have some really shitty volume that's trending off, but other than that, you know, nothing really to write home about on the ADX. ADX is just not helping me. Weekly ADX, neutral, both moving sideways. Now this is kind of, so I still think this looks like a giant cup and handle here, right? This looks like a giant cup and handle, and this also looks like a big rising wedge. So you have a big rising wedge, you see the top, the top, the top, Then you also have the bottoms here. So you do have a big rising wedge that's moving all the way up here. And I'm just kind of lost on this. This is kind of in a no man's land right here. There's not a lot that goes on right here in this particular area. So I am just kind of lost, right? This is a big fall. You didn't have the big fall in the price action, but your WMA is very, very high, still inside of that, still inside of this rising wedge. Okay. Yes, a spinning top is totally possible, and I'll go over that in a second. All right. Multiple Meyer chart, 3-day, hit rejection level, and definitely got plopped back down. I want to see this. I want to take a look at this. This is very interesting. Okay. So the multiple Meyer chart on the 3-day has done a pretty decent job of acting as support and resistance, right? So I'm going to pull this off right here. And so here's the multiple Meyer chart, and you see that this is your Bollinger Band. Basically what this is a Bollinger Band, right? All of this, right? There. Got a little bitty hiccup right there, and now there. So this actually has worked as a support and resistance line as we've moved along it. And you can see we just got rejected from it. Okay. After a lengthy run, right? We've had a hell of a run. Hell of a lengthy run right there. Beautiful run. Right up into the right up there into it, and let's see how well this holds out, because this is working as a resistance level right here to pull us back. All right, I'm going to look at the spinning top thing in a second. Historical volatility says nothing. Look at the shorts, just crazy, just straight sideways. Longs and shorts just moving sideways from here. Price action moving sideways. Nothing. Little on the, I wouldn't say this is a super danger zone, but the shorts, once again, the shorts are down here. I mean, this is a little dangerous for shorts, for they're being a little low, oversold, right? Not super oversold, but they are just a little bit in the oversold range, where the longs are kind of just absolutely moving sideways. And then you see there's just nothing going on. Now, I've got to just tell you guys, last couple times these has happened, you've bounced off this line. You can see the mark there. The price action has clearly dropped off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this back like this, just so I can draw this out for everybody. All right. So so it's here, there, and here. And there's a line that goes just like that. Okay. And that's the trend line right there, right? And every time you've bounced off that trend line, right? Here's the bounce off the trend line, and you had a deep crash. There's the bounce off the trend line, right? And you had a deep crash, all right? Here's the bounce off the trend line, and you've gone up, and if it's going to play out like this, it's going to go into a crash. Now, in the bull market, right? This is the 2017 bull market right here. This is the last time it bounced off, and it bounced off this bullishly. I mean, insanely bullishly. Do I think we have the same potential today that we did in and then this, I think this will go up like that. Do I think we have the same technical potential today to go on a bull run that we had back in 2017? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Right? All right. And I'm going to pull that off. All right. Trend line on longs and shorts. Okay. God, Stoke insane. Just a huge run in the Stoke. All right, with just this last little piece right here. Stoke is, histogram just not running out of steam. Histogram's not running out of steam yet. right? I'm looking for that first sign of weakness on the histogram. I mean, look at all of these green, this big green run on the histo. Not one white pullback at all on this. I mean, this is extremely bullish. Stoke on the shorter time frames, nothing. Chalk and money flow. Shows some money went back into the market. Nothing, 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 nothing. Bollinger Bands. All right, there's that shooting star. Let's talk about this spinning top. Sorry, let's talk about the spinning top for 1 second. We'll talk about it on the Bollinger Band chart right there. Okay, good. Glad I got to see this. All right, move this line up there. Move that line there. And I want to peg that baby right there. There you go. I want to turn this purple. And we'll make that white. All right, good, good, good. All right, so now you see where we have support. So this is now as a spinning top candle, and I will go over this very well. Hey, no, things are going good. Yes, I will go over the MVT chart real quick for everybody too. All right, so I'm going to do this. All right. So here, this is a spinning top. Spinning top or long leg Doji. Right? And either one of these, both of these mean the same thing. Right? Both of these mean exactly the same thing. They mean the end is coming. Right? Right? Here we have the, right? Have the weekly showing as a spinning top or long-legged Doji. Both have the same meaning, that a reversal is coming soon. Soon, right? Support on the weekly is the top, is the upper BB at 50, 46, 50, 60, 50, 60-ish. Let's call that, right? Hey, OMZ, hit Peak up right there. Peak will give it to you. Peak's got it. So you can take a look at this. Is now going to be our top level. This is going to be the bottom. As this moves along, this is going to continue to move up. Right, this will actually move up next week. It'll be up in the probably the 4,000 area on this Bollinger Band on the weekly right there. Okay, so just that's pretty simple. Nothing else there. Our support on the 2-week is moved down to 4,900. Let's take a look and see what we got over here. Right, there's our 3-day. Oh, this is a 2-day. Okay, nothing, 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 nothing. That's all the same. The daily just flattened out on us. Ooh. This is the only thing you have to be worried about right here. The 12 hours tight. It's the only thing you got to be worried about. That 12 hours just showing us that a move's coming. Right? Right, 12 hour still getting tighter. Telling us a move is coming. All right, this 12 hours just getting super tight like a little tiger and just says a move is coming. Nope, nothing. We already went over that. Nothing, nothing, nothing. No cross there. That's the 30 and the 200. It's almost trying to cross. Hasn't crossed yet. And nothing changed. Nothing changed. Just a little bit. Nope. Nothing's changed. Oh, 4 hours going to get a bull cross. All right, 4 hours going to get a bull cross. Okay, 4 hour bull cross in, oh shit, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. All right, scoot along. All right, there's our, shit. Let's back that up. Why this thing's up here? All right, so this is our NVT chart. NVT chart still hot, right? Still hot. You know, this thing is on fire. The trend line, nothing's changed here really, right? Nothing's changed. It's just kind of putting along. Like I said, I want to see this thing drop out. Like this thing can continue to just kind of bounce around in here. Everything up in this blue range, really, this thing can just stay hot all the way up in here. Right, this thing can just stay on fire all the way up in here. It can still even get a little pushback up, like I said, but this is dangerous. You really got to be careful longing when you're in the red, right? So if you look, you know, you've got to be careful longing. When it turns blue, it cools off. That's great, but as long as it's red, it's just very, very dangerous. Right, so we got to be watching this. It hasn't turned blue. If this thing does turn blue for me, I like that is a scenario where I would be looking to like go, oh, hey, right? All right, so let's do this, right? All right, I'm not going to do it like that. Let's do it like this over here, right? As long as this is red, is dangerous to long too hard on leverage. Right? Once it starts to cool off to blue, then I will feel better. Right? So you can see that this thing has done a pretty good job of showing the cooling off periods. Okay? So I'm going to take this here. I'm going to show you guys real quick here. Give me a second. Okay? Okay, so you got the cooling off period, right? Called the bottom, right? Right? This thing cool, this blue cooling off, right? Called the bottom, right? So you're looking for that cooling off period, right? Like even there, you got that little blue, like there's a little blue cooling off period right there, right? So if you see the blue cooling off period and it starts to pull back up, that's actually a nice little signal right there that you know, the bulls are kind of back in control or coming back into control. So that's nice. Now we're still red. This is just, this thing is hot. This thing is still hot. Right? This thing is still hot right there. Right? So we're still really hot. And that's good. Move down. Nothing. Just shows us where our gaps are. Those are our open gaps. They always magically get filled. That's it. That's all. I think that's all I got. You know what I'm saying? I mean, other than just looking where the 100 MA is right here, the 100 moving average at 20. Where's that bad boy? The 3-day. So it looks like you got that 3-day. There it is. The 3-day 100 is just chilling right there, offering you some good resistance. There's that bullish cross we had, right? Just really kind of hasn't played out. All right. 3-day 100 MA is at, what's that, 53, 52, 52, 50-ish. All right, and I'm going to run through. Let me bring this all the way back to where I want it. There we go. Okay. Okay, I think we're good, and I'm gonna just buzz through really quick. Sorry this is taking so long. Tron kind of looks like a double bottom right there, right? Kind of looking like a double bottom on Tron BTC, right? Tron BTC did get the long call in the 12-hour. This still looks like it's in this massive wedge, hasn't really moved out of here. If this is the C wave, you know, this is crazy. This is a hard one to play. You know, is that down, is up, you know, you're still looking to break out of this thing, right? There's a lot of space inside that Tron area. Where are we at with Litecoin? Litecoin got a really nice bounce off here on the daily. So Litecoin on Litecoin to BTC got a nice bounce back up. We did see a nice pullback. We were down to 75. We pulled back to almost $83 on Litecoin. So Litecoin didn't make it down to support, right? And as you guys know, on my previous Litecoin charts, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know where the wave 1 is. Is this wave 1 end here or here? Can you wick into all this? If this can go all the way up here before it pulls down for that wave 4, that's where I would look for something like that, right? But this definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. You know, it hasn't quite finished playing out on Litecoin. Ethereum, nice little bounce off on Ethereum. So I do have this as a head and shoulders. I kind of looked at this as a head and shoulders pattern, and it is kind of playing out like that, right? Let's go over ETH. All right, oop, I don't want that one. Let's do this. Boom. All right. So, like, there's my chart skis, and let's see what we had. Let's open this bad boy up. So, you see there, you know, this is, it looks like a head and shoulders is playing out right there, right? Looks like a head and shoulders. Definitely looks like a head and shoulders that's playing out right there, okay? Not sure how far that right shoulder can go there. Be a little careful. This is a 12-hour. Got lots of time left in this 5 hours. If this does close out like that shooting star right there, I'd be really careful in that bad boy right there. That kind of little shooting star-ish right there. So I'd be a little careful playing that bad boy out right there, right? Let's point that out. The 12-hour looking a little shooting star-ish. Okay. Bitcoin. Ooh, wee. Look at that crazy candle right there. Now you can look at this candle on SV and also see this as a possible bullish pin bar. We'll have to see how that plays out. You're getting a pullback over here on you're getting a pullback on BAB or ABC. What the frick do they call all these goddamn things now? So you are getting a nice little pullback on there. You're getting a pullback on SV, and you're getting a pullback on BCHXBT. So I wouldn't. I'm just kind of chilling. This is a really, man, if you can play this, you can make some good money playing ABC. Listen, if you can play ABC, you can make some really good money on it. I like the way this has been moving. This is crazy, but if you want to really watch, this has got some wild swings to it with some pretty good profit potential on it. Man, Jesus Christ, people. The most amazing coin in all of crypto, right? The most amazing coin of all of crypto. Look at it. Clearly bear division. Look at this. Price is going down. I'm sorry, price is going up, volume's going down, just insane bear division on this thing. But nope, they're doing a coin burn on top of it, so they added a coin burn. So we're gonna throw this in here. BNB, hold on a second. BNB is like Viagra, right? A coin burn coming, right? Oh, coming. All right, so there's a coin burn coming on it. Massive bear div, but LMAO, right? CZ and his Twitter, right? His Twitter, right? That guy's just absolutely killing it. Right, and Dow Jones looking good, looking like my looking like my inverted head and shoulders gonna pay off. ICX in a rising wedge, just like I thunked it. Yes, divergence. Where are we at here? And dude, for some reason, there's two words I can never spell on my keyboard. Resistance, I can write it, but I can never spell it, or divergence. I swear to God, I don't know what it is with my keyboard. My fingers just don't want to go to the right places, right? So let's do ICX. All right, trying to hold the rising wedge. BTT, once again, here's another coin supported by Justin and CZ both. So both those guys have got their little paws in it. I mean, nice run. Beautiful run. I don't even know what to say about this token right here. Okay, Link, same thing. Link is just kind of putting along. Litecoin, yeah. Raven, let's take a look at Raven. Raven's pulling back right here. So let's see what we got with Raven. So this is more of a bearish wedge right here after you retraced. I still would like to, no matter what, even if this is a 5 and or a head and shoulders, I'm sorry, if this is a 4 we're looking for here, or this is a head and shoulders, I'd like to see this pull back a little bit before it runs for the 5 and or runs for that head and shoulders right there. Okay, but look, we're just tickling this bottom nut sack on this. So Raven, tickling the lower nut sack of the wedge, right? And let's see what we got over here. XRP. Now this is what I really am watching right here. I'm watching this bad boy right here because this is crazy, right? I think I'm gonna get into a trade right here, and I'm gonna set my stop loss at the wedge, but I think I'm gonna get into a long trade right here, right? And let me explain to you, right? I think I'm gonna put it up here, right? I am looking to get into a long trade on this, right? So we got the trend line, right? And you've got the RSI. So you got both of these things that are kind of what I'm looking for, right? I want to see if this holds the trend line, right? Also, right, I want to, right, I will set a stop loss under the blue area, right? So this is kind of important. I'm going to show you, right? Let's scoop this up here. Whoop. I'm going to put this in, and then I'm going to be done here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is let's grab this. Okay. So what I like about this is, like, you've held this trend line pretty good, right? All that's pretty good right there. And you're on a bleeding 9, so that's the trend line, right? So your trend line, right? That's all good. And then the next thing is you've got the TD system. So your TD9, right? I like these TD9s, okay? So you got this TD9 there that was bleeding. You got this one there that was bleeding. And you got this one that didn't bleed, but it took off like a rocket, right? And then you've also got this one that bled and then took off. Now this one retraced, a nice little retracement. This would have been super hard to play. But, you know, I kind of like this. And not only that, but what I would love to see here is I'd love to see one of these freaking bottom calls. Where is the bottom call on this? Where is my bottom? Where is my bottom call? That's what I'd really like to see. Like, this would make me super happy, is to see a bottom call flash up here, right? If I get a bottom call flash up here, for sure this is going to be a much safer trade for, you know, for me to get into. So I'm just kind of going to wait this out and see where this goes here for a little while. But I mean, I like this thing. This thing is bled really hard. I would like to at least see it pull back up. I mean, if we can get a little run up into the 7K area, that would be nice, right? But that kind of explains what my thunk is. Where is my bottom call? I want this to flash on for me, right? I have not looked at BAT in a long time. I can definitely pull it up. I saw people were posting on Twitter that it was taking off. You know, the only thing that worries me is there's just so many different alts that are doing just some retarded frickin' things. You know, like BTT. Like, look at this run on BTT. Like, that's super crazy. Like, honestly, there's some good projects out there. I don't know much about BAT. I don't know much about BAT, honestly. You know, I'll do this. I'll take a look at it tomorrow, but I'm gonna do a little research on it, figure out a little bit more about it. But that's it for right now, everybody. Okay, I am gonna reset this bad boy. Come on over here. All right, let's pull this down. Woo, just got a short call. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. All right, and okay, looks good. Oh, nice. Thanks, Peak. If you can send it to me. Oh, Danny says, I'm using Brave browser, and honestly, it's a great browser. Blocks. Lots of ads and stuff. You have to try it out. Hey, nice. Danny, are you on our Discord? I've never tried the Brave browser. Never even heard about it. Seriously, there's... All right, everybody. I am the Vamp. I would like to say thank you so much. Apologize for this video being a little long. I'm trying to make these things shorter for everyone. It is 1 a.m. here. I am the Vamp. We are from Trading Associates. Peak is the man, the myth, the legend out there. Thank you so much, Peak. I will catch you all on the flip side. I am out.